Yo, 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 how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to the Tsukihime live stream continuation. Today we are going to be continuing on with our Tsukihime playthrough. We got through a little bit of part 1, but I had to go midway through. Last time we did the prologue. I really liked the prologue. But today we're going to continue on. Now, I actually looked it up just to make sure I would get the Arcueid route first. And I accidentally made the wrong decision in my first try, basically. Well, we still have the option of going the CL route right now, but I think I am going to go the Arcueid route. So we're gonna definitely go that route. But without further ado, I'm gonna see if anything's changed here. The graphic mode. But yeah, I don't think it like doesn't show them until I guess you meet them. Yeah, like it doesn't show it until you meet them. That's cool. Yeah, so we've not met Akiha or Hisui and Kohaku. But yeah, there's different routes. But we're gonna do the Arcueid route first. Game options. Let's wait until people get here. Should probably make sure that I am... Let's see... Resume game. Load from memory 1, yes. Should probably make sure I'm live properly. It's lunchtime. It is lunchtime. Oh gosh, the default live stream thing. My default live stream key thing right there. Yeah, I'm gonna, let's see. I gotta change this thumbnail. I'm gonna change this thumbnail. There we go. And let's continue on. And I'm ready to snipe it if in case anybody random shows up, you know. Okay, it's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? Eat lunch in class. Go eat in the cafeteria. Go out into the hallway to think about it. Huh. Well, I was supposed to go to the cafeteria, but I think I might just eat lunch in class. I stay in the classroom. My lunch changes every day according to my mood. Some days lunch is made for me, on others I might yearn for some udon and switch to the school lunches. When a meal is simply too much trouble, I go to the store and buy some milk and bread instead. I didn't ask for lunch today. Since I'm not returning home to the Arimas, I turned down the offer this morning. Consequently, I won't have anything to eat if I stay in the class. What the? He stayed in the classroom. You can choose to stay in the classroom, and it's like he doesn't even have a lunch anyway, so it's like it was never an option anyway. So that's what it comes down to. I leave the classroom with some exasperation. And I guess we're gonna run into the hallway anyway. Cafeteria is packed as usual. Long line of people waiting for their orders have developed. I join the line and order Chikara udon. Looking around the cafeteria, I spot a familiar face at a black table. Oh, look it is. Look who it is. Yeah, yo, Tohno, over here. Akio vigorously waves his arm. My head hurts, but there aren't any other empty seats. So I have no choice but to walk over the table where my friend is sitting. Sheesh! You're late, Tohno. I told you we were having a special guest coming today, so you should have got here sooner. Despite his word, Akito, Hiko is alone. So Hiko, who's the special guest? Ah, she dumped me. She said she was busier with something today. Said she'd come next time. Huh, dumped you, huh? So it's that great... Is this guest a girl? Yeah, she's she's a senpai I've been hitting on. Well, she's popular with everyone, so I guess it can't be helped. Getting straight to the point, Arihiko slurps his curry udon. Ooh, curry udon. Yum. He seems persistent, yet at the same time he's not. That's one of the good things about him. So what was the real reason? Huh? What do you mean? The reason you were early this morning. You aren't the sort of person who comes to school early just because he gets up early, Arihiko-kun. I question Arihiko as I sit next to him eating my chikura udon. Arihiko gives an uncommitted response as he slips away at his soup. Are you going back to your real house today, Tohno? Yeah, wait. Have I told you about that already? Nah, I just heard from that teacher. Arihiko continues to wolf down his curry udon without glancing in my direction. I thought maybe Tohno will get really depressed, so I decided to check it out. I see. And your verdict? Pretty disappointing. It wasn't worth getting up early for. You really have too much time on your hands, Arihiko. I conclude as I bite into the white rice cake in my chikura udon. That's the kind of person Arihiko is. Today is the day I return to the house of my real family, returning from the home, the adopted family who raised me. Arihiko must have heard about it somewhere, and came to school early because he was worried about me. Arihiko, I think your appearance does you a disservice. See, I gotta vote. Give me 1 second. Yeah, okay, it keeps the same volume. There we go. Nice. Hehe. If it's always melancholy Tohno telling me that, then maybe I'm a real thing. Arihiko slurps noisily at his noodles. So, man, what's really going on? What do you mean? You've been living with the Alamos since primary school, right? Been 8 years already. Your dad has basically disinherited you. Why is he suddenly calling you back now? He didn't disinherit me. He just kicked me out of the house somehow. Tohno-kun, if there was ever a family that kicked their kid out of their house somehow, that's not a tragedy. It's a comedy. Haha, ha. Funny. Very funny. Quite funny indeed. Definitely very quite humorous. I do love a good humorous laugh. Do love a good humorous comedy. Do love that good humorous comedy. Making sure, let's see. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the pauses. But it's so boring. It's not even funny. Akito... I'm gonna just call him Ari. This is easier. Ari spreads his arms and shrugs. Refusing to ever be serious is one of Ari's easy to understand traits. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you get kicked out of the house, laughing is all you'll really can do. And then he said a cliche line like, never step foot in this house again or something, right? That's what people would call disinheritance. Come to think of it, I've never heard why you were disinherited. Who knows? That's something I'd like to know too. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. Grabbing his bowl with both hands, Arihiko drains what is left of his hot curry soup. Lunchtime is short. Following Ari, I decide to quickly finish my chakura udon. See where we going. Are we gonna go wandering the hallways? At last, class of the day ends! I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I blankly stare out the window overlooking the school grounds. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like it. I don't like the red. It feels like It soaks deep into the back of my eyes, and I want to throw up. It seems I am weak against things that resemble blood. No, I should say that I am weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest and teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly, but miraculously I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thud pass right through the middle of my chest. Then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterward was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, the scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars were there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapsed from asthma-like dizziness and cause a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why old man believed I was unfit to be heir to the Tohno household and entrusted me to our relatives. The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think of it, after the accident was when I started to see those lines. I am able to forget them next to the glasses that Sensei gave me, but I think I would have completely gone mad if I never met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left that the Tohno household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. I can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then, get a hold of myself and head back to the mansion. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll walk along a different path than the one I usually take. Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approach the Tohno mansion. Their surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I had lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. That's not the first time I've taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic yet fresh. Up until now, I had not looked forward to returning to the Tohno household. Now, it doesn't seem so bad. Let me guess, he's gonna run into something. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, my sister Akiha is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tohno Mahisa, my old man who hated me, and the master of the Tohno household, died a few days ago. Oh shoot! His dad dead. That's not good. My mother died from illness after Akiha was born, so Tohno's had dwindled down to me and my sister. Sheesh. Me being the eldest son, I would think I would stand to become the Tohno heir, but I have no such privilege. To become the Tohno heir means being bound by a strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in that accident, and my body became weakened. My father saw that I was a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reasoning was something along the lines of, someone who could die any moment can't become heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery. But my sister Akiha was already deemed to be the heir of the Tohno household. So I've heard that Akiha, who was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tohno household, received an even harsher upbringing since then. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. Ooh, gosh, that's big sad. Very sad. Apparently Akiha tried to visit me a few times when I first was entrusted to the Arimas. Unfortunately, we were never able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I am isolated from the main family. That's why I can live freely like this. My high school is just an average high school, and our chance of contact is pretty much zero. My old man died, and I received word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no intention whatsoever of returning to the Tohno household, but Akiha is at the house. When we were children, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened, as if she were constantly enduring something. She would always follow close behind, her footsteps pattering behind me. She was frail, and her long black hair and fancy Western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I am worried about her living alone in that big mansion, with the old man gone. But more than anything, I feel guilty after pushing all the Tohno family responsibilities on her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is like my apology to Akiha. The Tohno mansion is unnecessarily big. Bro, that looks like the Makiri mansion. Just saying. Those gates look awfully familiar. Surrounded by iron railings, which you could... So the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that the whole elementary school could fit inside. The garden, surrounded by trees, is more like a forest. The mansion is at the heart of that forest, and there are a few other buildings separated from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I have lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the excessive size feels almost criminal. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. The tower oppressively bearing down on any visitors. Besides the iron double doors, it is an unmatching doorbell. Alright. Shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We have been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside, a lady of the lobby, I remembered, and a young girl in an apron. Who is that? Maid lady. Sheesh. Joe Jakun? Welcome to the chat. Summoning Naked HD. Yeah. Exactly. Bro, I sure hope that freaking bot spam doesn't show up again. Like, it's actually cursed. You're too late, and I was beginning to worry that you had gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset. The girl in the anachronistic apron smiles warmly. No, I'm so taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitance to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah. But you don't have to call me Sama. You are, right? Oh, please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I had made another mistake back here. The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. But in spite of that, there's a smile on her face, and it doesn't break her warm feeling about her. She wears an apron over a kimono. She comes out of great guests and addresses someone like me with Sama. This must mean that she's... are you one of the maids here by any chance? The girl answers my question with nothing but a smile. Come, you must be tired. Please do come in. Akiha-sama is waiting for you by the sitting room. Ooh, whoa. Things about to get spicy. The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room, turning back as if she's just remembered something. She makes a bow, a full smile on her face. That's fun. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Her greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her hesitantly. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years, or they had it refurbished since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now, and it's unsettling. As I am looking around the sitting room, The maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I brought Shiki-sama with me. Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Kohaku. Whoa, Kohaku! Whoa.
I smell waifu.
Ha! Too bad I can't do Kohaku route until later. Ha ha ha. Too bad. A drink break. Dot. I had to get a drinky, massive swig, if you know what I mean. Very thirsty, yes. Okay, it seems the maid's name is Kohaku. Kohaku-san gives a small bow as if to say farewell, then leaves the sitting room. This leaves me and two girls I don't recognize. Sheesh, more characters. It's been a long time, Nissan. This is the girl with the long black hair and sharp eyes. My thought process stopped at once. My mind goes blank and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I can do is nod yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiha that I had not seen in 8 years is not the Akiha I remember. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. Nissan. Black-haired girl tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning like somersaults as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiha. Evening. I get back home Monday evening. Nice. Cool. That's definitely pretty cool. Yeah, and then Jackin, if you want to, then we should probably figure out like when and how we're gonna do the Karna Kyokai movies, because they'll take a decent bit to get through if we're gonna watch them. Okay, let's see. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akira throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akiha. People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change, or did you think you would remain as we were forever? What is this? I can feel the thorns in Akiha's words. No, you've definitely changed, Akiha. You've become more beautiful than before. That isn't flattery. That's just how I really feel. And, indeed, but you on the other hand have not changed much at all. Akira answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. It is as I had thought. It seems Akira does not think well of me. If you are feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan. I've heard nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion, though I found out the old man passed away in the papers. If the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it in the financial papers. Word of Tohno Mahisa's death reached his son Tohno Shiki via the newspaper after the funeral. A plan is to watch 2 or 3 on Saturdays at my place since I have my PS4 and a BD player. Yeah, that'd be cool. Plus your TV is like bigger. And where mine is in like the sitting room, it's kind of up farther away. So yeah. But yeah, like Saturdays are good. Fridays or Saturdays for me, really. But not Sundays because I work Sunday evenings. Yeah, your TV's bussin'. A real great TV. Full HD. But yeah, I'll bring over my discs then. Because I've got 2 sets actually, which is kind of funny. I've got 2 sets of discs. That's so cursed to kind of say though. But yeah, I'll bring my discs over then. We can do that like probably like next Saturday or something. But we can we could probably watch like the first 2 movies in one sitting, because like they're just an hour each. The first 4 are each just an hour. Play naked HD on my bus and TV, bro. No, bro. Play Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel on the family room TV. That's fun. That'll be definitely fun. Chad moment right there. Weeaboo moment right there. Okay. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, his disheartened son couldn't pick up news of his father's death merely by buying one of the 100-yen newspaper. It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has certainly become a convenient place. I am sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news about father. I could have quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like he would come back from the dead if I went. It's not something that you should be worried about. I am sorry. It is somewhat comforting to hear you say that. I get his face is serious, but this is not a topic I care much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings for the deceased to achieve such a detachment. For someone like me who cut off feelings a long time ago, there is no need. You have all the movies? Wait, did you get the Karno Kyokai movies? Because I thought you didn't get those yet. I thought you didn't get the Karno Kyokai movies. Well, let's see. It would be odd for the eldest son of the Tohnos to be entrusted. No, Heaven's Feel? Yeah, you have the Heaven's Feel movies, but I'm like, bro, read the visual novel and go to the juicy parts in the TV living room. Ha ha ha. That'd be fun. Good times. Good family fun times. Now the father has passed away. The only Tohnos by blood are you and I, Nissan. I don't know what father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Aramas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here. Well, it's all well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of leaving me with the Aramas in the first place? That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tohno family. I declined every one of the proposals from our relatives. I read the visual novel route to Lamau. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna read all 3 routes eventually of Fate. But it's gonna be a long time. Cause dude, like, Tsukihime is also gonna take me a long time because there's like 5 routes. I'm probably only gonna do 3 routes. I'm gonna choose like, I'm just gonna do 1 near side route and then probably 2 far side routes is what I'm gonna end up doing for my playthrough. But yeah, but then eventually I might go through and do like the CL routes and the like other routes probably. But yeah, I'd assume they're like 5 routes from like which near side route. I'm gonna do the Arcueid route first. I'll save the CL route for later because like I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of like her original character design completely. Like, I definitely think your, like, updated, like, Tsukihime remake design is better, so I'll probably wait for that to play through her route. When that gets, like, translated, or, like, I figure out how to play that through when it's translated, but that'll probably be, like, a few years from now. I wasn't a fan either. Like, yeah, it's, like, I don't know. I like her updated design though. It's really good. Let's see. This is a place with rules. But yeah, and then, but yeah, like I think I'm gonna have to do 2 near far side routes at least, and then finish up with like whatever. I think Kohaku route or something was the last route. Yeah, so I'll probably play through 3 routes, my first of the original, just to get a good idea of the story. But then it's like when there's either like an anime adaptation or something else. Do you want to do the Brocon route? If not, do Hisui and Kohaku's routes instead of Akiha's. Brocon. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'll probably do Hisui and Kohaku's routes then. I'll probably do that. Yeah, because people said there's unique content with Akiha's route. That's funny. But yeah, I'll probably just do Hisui and Kohaku's routes. But yeah, I'm pretty much liking how the story is set up so far right now, but it just doesn't seem like there's that much like going on too much at the moment in the story. Although there has been quite a few things that have happened that I do find interesting. But let's continue on. Haha! I'm afraid that isn't going to happen, Akita. There's no way I can go back to being a well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to. I will not ask more of you but to try to, or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Akita shoots me a cold look. It feels like she's hitting me with her grudge against me for leaving her here for the last 8 years. Alright, I get it. I'll try my best. Akita just stares at me, as if she doesn't quite believe me. You do not need to try, as long as you can get the results. Her pose is dignified, her words merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Huh? Hold on a second, Akita. You cleared everyone out? You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I have put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems? You're going to get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that. Please be quiet. Rather than have the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with just the 2 of us here? Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become head of the family, Akita. If you go around abusing your powers like some kind of dictator, our relatives are not going to keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against their opinions. Indeed. That's why my father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I'm not going to put up with their whining any longer. I'm not going to put up with... Look, Akiya. Ah, enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please just worry about your own life from now on, Nissan. I can see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways. Akita says sullenly, looking away a little. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisui. Hisui. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand... Oh wait, I already read that. She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Hisui bows expressionlessly. This is Hisui. She will be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable? Hold on, personal maid? You mean, in other words, she's your servant. Whoa, a servant! Whoa, a servant! Time to go fight in a Holy Grail war! Aki declares, as if it were obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the western side of the house, the girl in the maid outfit stands there, as if it is natural to do so. Hold on, I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Would that include the cooking and the laundry? Akiha is pretty sharp at pointing these things out. At any rate, now that you've returned to this house, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Arimi's house, but you're living at the Tohno house now. Please accept everything given to you. I can't say anything. My eyes drift towards Hisui. As expected, she simply looks back at me expressionlessly like a doll. Well then, Hisui, please show Nissan to his room. Yes, my lady. Hisui approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Hisui heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head off towards the lobby as well. We enter the lobby. This mansion is split into east and west wings, with a lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are the halls extending diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is constructed symmetrically, so both the east and west wings have the same floor plan. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Hisui climbs up the flight of stairs. It seems like my room is on the second floor. Come to think of it, the servant's room should be on the first floor of the west wing, so that's probably where Hisui and Kohaku-san's rooms are. Outside, the sun has already set. The girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. It kind of feels like a wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisui stops and looks back at me. No, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. After staring at me, Hisui bows and starts walking again. Oh shoot! I guess this is what they call being at a loss for words. The room Hisui led me to is not one made for a mere high school student to live in. Is this my room? Yes. If you are displeased with it, I can arrange a different one for you. No, there's no way I could be displeased with it. It's just a little really too fancy for me. Shiki-san, it's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Yes. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you will find anything unsatisfactory with it. Huh? Something a little bit odd about the way Hisui said that. As if she was implying that this was once my room. Hey, is this by any chance my old room? That is what I had been told. Am I mistaken? Hisui inclines her head to the side slightly. I feel relieved. It seems this girl can express emotion after all. Well, it might be now that you mention it. I do remember it faintly, so it must be so. I can't feel any sense of familiarity about this place at all, but I guess that's what it's like after you leave a place for 8 years. I can't get settled here though. I was living in a 6.5 mat sized room until this morning. It's like I'm staying in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you're the eldest son of the Tohno house, Shiki-sama. You're right, I've got to do my best to at least look like it on the outside. With a thump, I drop my bag on the table and stretch my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that's happened so far, but I guess I've got no choice but to adjust from today onwards. Shiki-sama, all of your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There's very little delivered. If there's anything you need, I can have it prepared, so please do not hesitate to ask. I see. No, I don't need anything more for now. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. My luggage is just a bag, these glasses, and the textbooks in my bag. And that white ribbon in the unidentified owner. Ooh, that sounds important. A white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Anyways, you don't have to worry about the luggage. This fancy room is more than enough for me. I understand. Well then, I shall come to call you in an hour's time. An hour? For dinner, you mean? Yes. Please relax until then. As expected, Hisui says everything with an expressionless face. But even if she tells me to relax, just how am I supposed to do that here? The clock says it's 6 o'clock. Usually I'd be watching TV in the sitting room around this time. But I'm having serious doubts as to whether there is any such thing in this mansion. Hisui, I know it's kind of a trivial thing to ask about, but is there a television in this mansion? A television? Hisui's eyes narrow slightly. I know I'm the one who asked, but it really is a stupid question. I feel there's something wrong with asking about the presence of a television in a luxurious mansion like this. Hisui makes a rare troubled face and stares off into space. There is no television in the sitting room. Some of the visitors did make use of one, but when they departed they packed it up with their luggage and took it back with them, so I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on, visitors? Like who? For how long? Relatives. The eldest son of the Kugamine-sama from a branch of the family, Tozaki-sama's third daughter and her fiancé, and Kishima-sama's eldest son, came to stay for close to 3 years. 3 years, huh? Hisui, that's what you'd call freeloaders, not visitors. Hisui does not reply. No matter what kind of people these freeloaders were, it seems that servants can't say anything bad about them. Well, at any rate, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their own luggage with them. My old man hated the products of modern culture, thinking them all vulgar. There was no way he would ever watch a TV. Akiha, who had been educated by him for the last 8 years, would probably be the same. Well, it's not like I'll die without one. Hisui is silent. Like a perfect example for servants, Hisui says nothing unless she is being asked a direct question. This is, of course, kind of depressing for me. I want to make that expressionless face break into a smile somehow, but that seems impossible with just any old half-hearted effort. There was a library on the first floor of the West Wing, wasn't there? Maybe I'll go find something to read and have some free time. Hisui does not reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't even tell her. She's like, Hisui. Hisui doesn't say a word. Suddenly she looks straight at me. I believe there is one in Nissan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking about. Is one of what? A television. I remember seeing one in Nissan's room. Hisui says, as if remembering something from many years ago. Hold on. Nissan? Don't tell me you're talking about Kohaku-san. Yes. Right now, the only people working at this mansion are Nissan and I. Now that she mentions it, they do look alike. I just couldn't connect them as sister because Kohaku-san is always smiling so warmly. Hisui is always expressionless. Kind of like Rem and Ram. That's hilarious. I wonder if the ReZero writer dude, I wonder if he like got inspiration for like ReZero from this, because it's honestly kind of like a Rem and Ram in a way. I see. Kohaku-san does not look like the type of person who watches those variety shows, but I balk at going into Kohaku-san's room to tell her, "Let me watch your TV," so I just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on, so I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of cynical comment I'd be in for from Akira if I started watching television. Seems I'll be heading to a scholarly student life fit for a member of the Tohno family from now on. Alright, I'll be in my room until dinner, so just come and call me when it's time. You've got other things to do, don't you, Hisui? Hisui nods in assent and turns around. Silently opening the door, she leaves the room. Dinner takes place with Akiha and I being face to face. I guess it's natural here as Hisui and Kohaku-san do not eat with us, standing behind us to tend to our needs. I thought it would be natural for all four of us to sit together, so you could say I'm a bit caught off guard by this inexplicably tense dinner. I should mention at this point that I've totally forgotten anything related to the table manners by now. Well, I do remember little pieces, so it's not like I'm a complete amateur. But humans tend to pack away unused memories into the corners of their mind. The tension was actually quite thrilling, with every one of my movements causing Akira to raise an eyebrow. When I think about how I'll have to go through this every day, though, it's really depressing. Finishing dinner, I returned to my room. It's still only just past 8 at night. It's too early to sleep, so what should I do? The sitting room and watch TV in Kohaku's room. Yeah! Go to the sitting room and talk with Akira. I want to go watch TV. Let's see, Kohaku-san's room is here, isn't it? Knock knock. I knock on her door. Kohaku-san, are you there? Yes, please hold for a minute. I can hear a cheerful voice from inside the room. I wait for about 3 minutes. Kohaku-san opens the door and pokes her head out. Oh, it's you, Suki-sama. What are you doing here at this time? Well, I was wondering if you'd let me watch your TV. Eh? Kohaku-san gives me a bewildered look. Ah, well, there's no TV in this house, is there? I've been living in a normal house up until now, since it's become a daily routine of me to watch TV after dinner. I guess I can't calm down without watching it or something like that, so the more I say it, the more I realize I'm doing something stupid. There's something not right about barging into a lady's room demanding to watch her TV. Look, even Kohaku-san is just standing there, looking bewildered. Wait, no she's not. Ah, I guess you're right. You've been living at the Arima household up until yesterday after all. You must think this mansion to be kind of depressing after moving here all of a sudden. Kohaku-san gives a cheerful laugh. Let's see. Have you talked to Akira-sama and Hisui-chan about this yet? You mean about coming to your room, Kohaku-san? Kohaku-san nods. No, I haven't talked to anyone about it yet. What about it? No, it's nothing. It's just that I would have to turn you away if you had already talked to them about it. Smiling while she speaks, Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway. Lucky for us, there isn't anyone else around. Ooh, what's going on? Please hurry up and come on in. It'll be troublesome if we were caught. Please just sit anywhere. I'll go make some tea. Coughing to clear my throat, I take a seat. There were all sorts of little things in Kohaku-san's room. It might be through as a bit of a messy for a girl's room. There aren't really any things that could call cute, and what she does have is a lot of things that don't look very useful. Rather, it has an atmosphere of a room belonging to an orderly, scholarly person. Buried in the miscellaneous objects, I find the TV. On top of the table is the remote. Maybe Kohaku-san has been watching the TV until just now. Thanks for waiting. Tea is fine for you, isn't it, Shiki-sama? Ah, thank you. Please don't mind me too much. Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry, I can't do much to treat you. Kohaku-san says so, smiling warmly. Bro, I'm already getting the best girl vibes already. Oh, shoot. So, the TV, what do you watch at around this time, Shiki-sama? I don't have any set programs in particular, but the news is a pretty basic one. I like to hear new trends, and I like snob stories. Is that so? You seem like a very laid-back person, so I thought you'd be reading after dinner or something. No, I don't have such refined interests. I don't consider myself laid back either, but maybe that's just the impression I give with my glasses. Ah, you wear glasses, Shiki-sama. Akira-sama didn't say anything about that at all, so I was quite surprised when I saw you at the door. Ah, I see. I haven't met Akira since I started wearing those glasses. These glasses are just for show. I guess you could say my eyes are bad, but I think my vision is better than that of most people. It's not because I studied too much and went nearsighted or anything. Aw, crap. I had an intellectual image, but did I disappoint you? No, not at all. I enjoy watching TV more than reading too. I'm glad that you're an energetic person, just like I thought you were. Ah, yeah, thanks. I'm a little embarrassed. I faced strictly with Kohaku-san's carefree smile. I can't help but feel a little nervous. Ah, I'm sorry. You came to watch the news, didn't you? Kohaku-san switches the TV on. It's already 9 o'clock. The news, as it usually does, reports the day's events with a little exaggeration. Oh dear. Looks like there's been another one of those serial murders. Oh no! Kohaku-san says to herself while sitting next to me, sounding not the least bit concerned. The news is running a special feature on the serial killings. The serial murders which began in the neighboring town. Oh gosh. In the neighboring town are now beginning to be concentrated within this town. It's a pretty simple story. Late at night, he attacks young girls indiscriminately, and in the end, he drains their blood. Ooh, no. It seems the last night victim is the 9th one so far. I wonder what the police are doing about it. Who knows? It would seem pretty easy to catch a murderer who comes out at night, but maybe he's really careful so they can't trace him. You could be right. The clues about murders build up as they kill more people. So if they haven't caught him even after 9 murders, he must be already carefully prepared for the killings. A careful killer, huh? But aren't these killings spontaneous crimes? It's quite strange to think of them as being carefully prepared. You're right. If there is no evidence left at all, then maybe he's not a random killer at all. I can only think that he's got it all planned out from the start for execution. I see. But then, what would be the point of killing those 9 girls? Are they friends of his? Acquaintances? Probably not. If they were connections like that, then I think the police would have realized it by now. In the end, I suppose it's an incomprehensible case without motive or connections. Kohaku-san says all this disturbing stuff with a smile. It seems like she's not really worried about this case. These murders are happening right here in this town, Kohaku-san. You're a young girl and all. Aren't you even a little scared? It'll be fine since the killer only appears late at night. If I don't go out at night, I won't run into him. Kohaku-san really is a clear thinker. It is perhaps a bit of a raw explanation, but I suppose that's how a mere news story would be treated. Sorry for intruding on you. I'll be counting on you again the next time I feel like watching TV. Sure, I'll be waiting. Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway. I'd like to access you back to your room, but Hisui-chan is waiting there, so I'll have to say goodbye here. Okay, good night. And that's where we're gonna have to say goodbye also. What, I think I'm gonna wait till we get to the end of this, but I had no idea bedtime in the mansion was 10. Apparently there's some kind of unwritten rule here that one is not to be out of their room after 10. It's still so formal here, even with the old man gone. Well, I guess it's only natural. I'm also getting tired of my unfamiliarity with this mansion, so I obediently return to my room. Ah, when I return to my room, the bed has been made. Did Hisui do it while I was away? I'm glad she did, but it's really more than I deserve. I scratched my cheek. Then, are you there, Shiki-sama? And here's Hisui's voice along with the knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Thanks for making my bed, Hisui. Hisui quietly nods in acceptance. Just as I thought, I'm not used to this. Is there anything else you want to tell me? No, nothing from me, but Akira-sama has instructed me to answer any questions you may have. I see. There are many things I want to ask, but I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah. What I want to know right now before I sleep is it true that the curfew here is 7? Yes. The main gate is locked at 7, and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. It is also a rule that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10. Not even a walking around in the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiha and I aren't children, so I don't think that you have to go that far. Indeed. It's a rule, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the recent disturbances at night if you are not Shiki-sama. Yes, that vampire thing Arihiko was talking about. Well, as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I am here to serve Shiki-sama's needs and my sister Kohaku to serve Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more that you would like to know? To serve, so that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl around my age serving me. At least not for now. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please don't hesitate to ask anything of me. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, it gets chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age suggested me with Sama. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki. In exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with the formalities, be more casual with each other. Still expressing this, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as though she's being troubled. But you're my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. Looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you'd tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I will be leaving now. Please rest for tonight. Haha. Please rest for now for tonight. Bowing. Hisui puts her head on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. It's so sudden that's the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? I'm very sorry. She sounds very nervous. I'm not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I did just do something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I'm the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What is it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right. I stopped her because I wanted to ask her something. I wanted to ask you about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it's an uncommon for her to come home before dusk. Ooh. but it's uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akira-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice what? Today is Thursday, so she would have violin practice. She is able to return before dinner on weekdays. So if you have anything to say to Akira-sama, please let Nissan know after dinner. Yusui bows, say goodbye, and leaves the room. Violin practice? What on earth is that? She's not some upper class lady or anything, so why would she have to do something that bothers him as... Oh wait, she is an upper class lady. Yes, come to think of it, my sister Tohno Ahia is a natural born upper class lady. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever uneasy sister who'd always followed me around. As a child, Akira was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of scolding from our father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akira has become the Akira of right now too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akira. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unconsciously muddle an apology. Left by myself, I learned my bed. This house from years ago. Is there something outside? Wonder what's going to happen to me now. I'm really the one in particular. I fall asleep. And that's the end, I guess, of today. Let's see. Create save game. So yeah, there we go. Cool. That was pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna rename the. I think I'm gonna whip up a thumbnail real quick and rename this stream to like going to the mansion for the first time or something, or Kohaku. Ooh, Kohaku's TV time. That definitely sounds very fun, at least to me. But I'm gonna leave it here until the next day. I'll probably stream tomorrow. Probably continue this tomorrow. Then after that, it's probably gonna get spaced out a bunch more. It'll be at least a week, every week. I think I'll be playing, and then I might actually increase the length of my time or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. It's been me, Hokyoku. See you guys next time. Yeah, I'm ending Jackin. Catch ya.